In this series, we have already seen some of the ultra-modern luxury malls and experiences on offer in Chongqing. So today, I'm going to show you something more down to earth. This is a retro-style street right in the middle of downtown Chongqing, where many young entrepreneurs have made a business out of their creative ideas. So now, I want to take you inside and take a look around. We can see from the decor, the shop has a strong retro feel to it. So what exactly can we buy here? Walking through this shop really takes me back to my childhood in the 1980s, especially these old vinyl records. So just flicking through, you can find a lot of the old classics. If I show you an example here, I don't know who these guys are. But anyway, I remember at home and also my friend's house, we'd have to put music on, and at that time these LP records were still very popular. And I know in recent years, and a lot of this retro style stuff has made a big comeback. So I remember in England, the LPs were kind of being phased out in the 1990s, so we started to have the Walkman, and then we had the mini discs and the CDs. But all of a sudden, the last couple of years, I've heard from friends and family in England that a lot of this old stuff is making a big comeback.
现在整个都是有点那种复古回潮的趋势嘛，就是很多复古的东西现在也慢慢被翻出来，然后挖掘出来，大家就越来越感兴趣。
Now this room really reminds me of the old Wild West. We've got the cactus here, we've got a wood chip floor, and some of the articles of clothing remind me a lot of the old Wild West films that used to be on TV in the 1980s. And just wearing these belts here, it takes me back to the old traditional scenes of two people having a duel at noon in front of the town hall.
我的以前我们基本会去日本、去美国、还去英国，还有泰国我们也会去，都是淘自己喜欢的东西回来嘛。
Here finally, we have a lot of old style clothes. I think these are slightly before my time. So I'm the 80s generation from England, but remember as a kid, we had a lot of these popular TV series, such as Knight Rider. That was really popular, and you would have people, the main stars, wearing really kind of snazzy clothes like these. This has been a really interesting experience. This has really taken me back into the past. Yesteryear is a kind of sentiment. These brand new second-hand items somewhat go against the swift advancements in digitalised life. When people become restless with their living environments, they naturally revive a yearning for past culture. This is not a form of regression, but rather a high-end niche for a select few. Now we have seen this innovative retro second-hand store, I want to show you a special place where you can have a traditional Chinese costume tailored to your finest measurements. 杨老师，像你从事这个行业有多久呀
？10年了，做了10年了。
Yang Hongmei is a Chongsam designer and has run her own branded store for a decade. In the early 20th century, the Chongsam was the ultimate fashion in China, but faded gradually as times progressed. In recent years, this once highly representative women's fashion has gradually re-entered the field of vision in the fashion world and has undergone great changes.
这件旗袍的话是很独特的。这件的话，我们旗袍做了一个款式的话，我们是做了一个大开襟，但是不同的是这个面料，它是这种时尚的亮片设计，它有这种菱形的感觉，穿上身就是很布灵布灵的感觉。我们这边很多新娘子选它。
In the store of Yang Hongmei, most of the Chongsam are custom made. The manufacturing process for each Chongsam is relatively complex, as just one dress requires more than 20 different measurements. From taking measurements through to making the final product, the whole process can take around a month. Although it's a long process, Yang Hongmei's store is performing well. The return of Chongsam dresses reflects an upgrade in the consumer market of Chongqing. When people have the means, they also develop more consumer demands. Yet tailored clothing exudes a cultural demeanour, a pure expression of one's being. As we have seen, Chongqing caters for the whole range of consumer needs, from upmarket luxury malls to independently run specialty stores. So whatever your personal tastes happen to be, Chongqing definitely has something for you.